Sorry, voice is very low. Yeah, nested queries and indexes. What is index?
Indexes are used to retrieve data from the database and it is used for
Use it for
searching purpose also.
yeah searching purpose. It's internally Oracle will do. We won't do anything, but if we are creating means it will be useful. It will increase the performance. Okay, it's one of the searching mechanism. How many types of indexes are? We can create automatically and manually. Okay, automatically means how it will get create. If we created the unique key and primary key, automatically system itself will create the binary index, B-tree index. Okay, manually how we can do by using create index command. Okay, manually also we can able to create unique index and non-unique index. Okay, unique index is same how automatically it will work, same way it will work even we created with manually. Okay, for, one important question here, index whenever where and all it will work, where and all it won't work, even though we are having the index on one column, when it will work, when it won't work. Whenever we are having the index column in the where class, then only index will get 5. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay. If we are having the index on where class, it will go and check the index scan method. Okay. That binary tree or whatever it may be, only it will work when we are having the in where class. Okay. Otherwise, it will go for full table scan. Okay, and also index will not work on not equal operators, not equal and is not null operator, it won't work. Okay, next, what is bit index? What is bit index? The values can be stored in the form of tree structure. Okay, if the value is based on some value, new value is inserting based on some other value means that will check with the root node and it will save the data accordingly. Okay, if the value is less than that one means it will go to left side as a left node. If it is more than that means it will go in right side, means it will add as a right node. Okay, like that it will go whenever index will fire, it will check only in that manner, only tree manner. If the based upon the just it's a if condition, like that it will work and it will give the performance. Okay, next, what is non-unique index? What is non-unique index? Non-unique bit index. Non-unique index means if we are having duplicates also, we can able to create the index, B-tree index only. Okay, if both the values are same, that will be in same position. Okay, means that position of the node will be same. Okay, if the values, if you can create the binary indexes on character columns also. Character means again internally how it will work, based upon the our ASCII value only data can be saved. Okay, internally. Okay, for that just you have to mention simply create index name on table of column. Okay, here no need, we are not mentioning any unique index. Okay, real time both will use, mainly indexes and all will use whenever we are not creating any primary keys and all, that time we go for the this index. Okay, in real time. Sometimes we'll create, even we are having primary keys and all, but rarely we'll use the unique key indexes and all if we are having the constraints. Okay, if we are not if the application is not using any constraints and all means people will go for the indexes. Okay, next, what is bitmap index? It will work based on the bits. It is mainly for the low cardinality values. What is low cardinality? Number of distinct values is less compared to number of records. That time internally it will maintain the one record. If the value is exist, that will assign the value as one. Okay, like that it will assign and it will search in that manner. Okay, wherever that one is available, only those fields, those IDs will consider and it will retrieve the data. Okay, see, for every index, unique queue, non-unique queue, bitmap, whatever it may be, for every index internally it will create one table. First will be the ID, next will be the offset value. Offset value means here it will show it will contain the raw address, okay, where the original data will be stored. That will, you will understand once I have explained the oracle architecture. Okay, how data will be saved, how data will pick the from different blocks. Okay, that everything will discuss in the oracle architecture class. Okay, just you can remember, it will store the row address and offset value. Okay, if you go and search in the means if you are using the where class, system automatically first will go to if the whether index is or index is available or not. First that will check. If it is available, directly it will go to index table, not the original table. It will go and check the index table, and from that particular index will pick, and corresponding uh, offset value will pick, means based upon the row ID, and it will go and check the it will pick the exact data. Okay, that's what the index is. Okay, next, normally indexes will not work if we are applying any functions. Okay, as it is without any transformations, without applying any function. Okay, if you are using, then only normal indexes will fire, normal or bitmap, whatever it may be, that will fire. Otherwise these above indexes are not will get used. Okay, this is inactive mode only if you are applying any functions and all. Okay, that's why oracle provided, if you are applying the one function on particular column frequently, that time directly system itself will store the column value along with the function in database, in data dictionary. Whenever you are searching the whenever you are triggering that command, it will, if you are applying the same function in the where class, it will check based upon that function only. Okay, this called function based index. Okay, again these indexes also by default b-tree indexes. Okay, except bitmap index, rest all indexes will be b-tree indexes only. Okay, if you have any doubts in indexes, we'll discuss. Are you clear? Say yes or
Yes,
no.
yes, sir.
Okay, next, what we discussed another topic yesterday, nested table. Okay, what is nested table? Hmm? The name itself indicates nested means what? Object inside the object. That is nested object. If inside the if, that is nested if. Same way, table inside the table. That is called nested table. Okay. If you want to store complete table as a one column, or sorry, one row in the oracle means, oracle will provide that type of table. Okay, that is called nested table. Normally we'll use the PL SQL. In PL SQL, if you want to store permanent PL SQL, we are having different types of nested table types. Okay, like VRAs and uh, VRA, associative array, like that. We are having table types. If you want, but those collections and all will not store permanently. That are all session oriented. Okay, if you want to store data permanently means we'll go for the nested table. Okay, you will get the clarity once you once you get the you get the information of collections, all the collections, then you can come to know what is the difference between nested table and associative array and VRS and all. Okay, just you can remember this will use in SQL, but rest of the collections will be used in only PL SQL. That and all session oriented PL SQL tables, nested table will be permanent storage. Okay, you can query data outside of the PL SQL blocks and all. Okay, normally how will work normal table, same way it will work, but the insertion and sorry, DML operations and alterations, everything will be little bit different from normal table. Okay, how we can create an initial table? We have to follow some steps. Okay, first we have to create one record type. Okay, that is create table, create a object, we can say that one. Okay, create type, we have to use this keyword create type, and name, type name, you need to use the as object, you have to use, that is mandatory syntax. Okay, so if you are mentioning this as object, it will store as a one database object in the database. Okay, here you can mention the what type of columns you want, you can mention anything. Okay, this will work. This is user defined type, you have to create first. Okay, next corresponding record type, you have to create the table type. Okay, this is second level. Okay, this is also mandatory to create the nested table, because table inside the table you are doing. Okay, so you have to make the that record type as table type. How we can do? Create type table, that you can give the table type name, and is table is again keyword here, is table of that particular record type. Okay, next after that you can create the actual table with the type of table as a user defined type. Okay, table type, this is you have created, right? This you can use as a type instead of normal data type. Okay, scalar data type means number, instead of number varchar like that, you can use that table type in the column declaration. After that you have to mention the this syntax nested table, and you have to specify the which is the table type. Okay, in that you have to specify here. Okay, that you can store as, again it is a syntax that you have to use. Rest will be this, whatever is there, this is the description for that. Okay, that you can mention without any spaces. Okay, in this way we can create the nested table. Next, how you will insert the data? You have to give the type first for the table type column. Next, you have to mention the record type for each record. You are giving table. If you want, you can give n number of records. 100 records means 100 records you can insert directly. Okay, but you have to mention this is one record, this is one record, like that you have to mention. Okay, normal insert how you will do, same way you can do, but for difference here is just you have to take care of table address type you have to mention, and same way record, what how many number of records you are entering, for that many number of records you have to give type name. Okay, next how you will do updation. Updation, for that you have to use table of. Okay, that key for selecting and updation for everything. If you want to use that particular table means you have to use the keyword table of, you have to specify the particular id, because you are doing the updation for one table inside the table, not directly, you are not directly applying on entire table. If you want to apply inside that one means you have to mention that one. Okay, table of that particular table type column. Okay, address. Okay, from the customer, here you have to filter the for which customer ID you are doing, that you have to mention. Okay, then only you can able to update the records for table type records. Okay, in whatever syntax is there, that you can mention. Okay, next, how you can do selection? Same way, you have to mention the table of, inside that you have to mention the you have to select the table type column. Okay, table of, select table type column from particular ID, you have to filter, otherwise you will get error. If you, because what it will return, here you are fetching many number of rows, but here it will consider only one record. So that will give the error, single row return single subquery return multiple rows, like that will get some error. Okay, so you have to take care of each and every record separately. Okay, in this way you can do the nested table. And how you can drop the tables? If you want to drop the table, first you have to drop the main actual table, after that you have to drop the what, the table type, next you have to drop the object type. Okay, if you want drop without considering the dependencies means, just you can use the keyword called drop type name force. So what will happen, this table type will become invalid, and this table also will become invalid. Okay, you can use, still we can use with the we can delete the we can delete the type with the force keyword. Okay, without deleting the main table. This is what nested table. If you have any doubts, we'll discuss. Guys, do you have any doubts in the nested table class?
No, sir.
Okay, next, today we'll start the partition. Partition means what? General meaning. It's a piece of code, a piece part. We are having huge data. One partition is, it's a some subset of data, we can say, right? Subset means it's a piece of code. Okay, normally in real time, if we are if the application is very big, that time only we'll go for the partitions. For that, partitions and all, partitions constraints for the materialized views, for these features, Oracle will uh, uh, make extra charges. Actually, it will apply more charges, will apply. Partitions, constraints, these things only mainly for the uh, huge applications, and if they are dealing with huge data, then only they will go for this these features, otherwise normally will won't use much. Okay, but yeah, coming to partitions, let's assume we are having bank data. SBI bank is there. Okay, in India, how many branches are there, how many states are there, how many number of customers are there? Okay, so if they are maintaining everything in single partition, single table. Okay, for retrieving, and even though you are having if you are having the like materialized view for each state, and you are having separate indexes, everything you are having also, still you cannot perform the DML actions directly. Okay, normally like the type of applications, very big applications like trade market, bank applications, mutual fund business. Okay, daily transactions will be more, and like Amazon transactions, like that. If you want, yeah, yeah. So how they will maintain the data means, actually they will maintain the data in different partitions. They will maintain the data for India's one partition. They will create under India. They will create separate partitions. This is AP data. This is Karnataka data. This is Tamil Nadu data. Like that, they will do the some partitions. Okay. So what they will do? simply in where class automatically it will apply the filters. Okay, state, country, everything will by default based upon the some global variables. Okay, based upon that they in application data will be fetched. Otherwise, if let's assume we are SBI is having 200 million 300 million customers, so all the times if they want to do some operations everything, all the times the system needs to check all 200 million 300 million records. So normally that will not happen. Simply it will search the only AP data or only Karnataka data. Like that they will do partitions only from that particular partition only data will be picked. Okay, so what will happen anyway, we are not searching in other partitions, only searching only particular state. So what does mean? We are scope of the records will become less, right? If we are using the partitions, guys, you are understanding or not? What is partition behind? Why we need to use the partitions in the Oracle? Somebody,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay. See, for each partition, for different purpose they will create, and all the times based upon the input parameters or some global variables, directly they will fetch the data from specific partition only. See, the Oracle won't search entire data, it will search only particular state or particular country. Okay, like that. Based upon there are different partitions are there that we'll discuss. Just for understanding purpose I am telling. Okay, by seeing name itself, we can come to know that one why partitions will use. Instead of searching entire data, will search in the subset of data. Okay, data will be subdivided into smaller pieces. Smaller pieces means is separate partitions. Okay. Next, it's a physically. Earlier, whatever we did, index, everything, that will be logically it's there. Okay, searching mechanism, binary tree will be there. So it will go and search in that manner. That is internally, logically it's there. But partition means it's a physically exist. How you can see the table data, same way you can fetch the value for the partition. Index data you cannot see. Internally index also will create one table, that zeros and ones we cannot able to see. Why? Because that is Oracle will maintain logically it will build, but it's not the physical, means it won't, we cannot see the complete data directly. Okay, but partition means it's a physical existence. How views, material views, and tables are there, right? Same way for uh, for under one table we can create the number of partition that we can specify partitions and all. Okay, that means what does mean? Physically partitions will exist. Okay, each partition will having some prioritizing key on which column you are making the partition. I told, right? If you are doing any transactions on the bank side means it will be depends on some country or some state, like that they will divide. Okay, that is partition key, on which basis you are doing the partition. Okay, there are different types of partitions are there. One is range partition, list partition, hash partition. Okay, range means what? We are giving some limit. Okay, in real time what will happen, mainly whenever we are having the huge amount of data, for doing the daily transaction, data will be stored in physical manner. Means state or country, like that it will divide, maybe. Okay, I'm not telling exactly that will be the scenario, just for your understanding purpose I told. But in real time, how they will make the partitions now, whatever they are doing the daily transactions, they will divide the data on monthly basis. Okay, let's assume bank is doing the transactions from past 2 years, let's assume. Okay, what they will do, first they will store the they will take the data into 1 month, January month data, and that store separately, that will be partition. Next month onwards what they will do, they will create one more partition, and they will insert the data in separate. Okay, and same way third. Okay, third month, March month, so like that for each month they will create separate partition. Okay, so that what will happen, if you want to search particular month data, then you can go and search in only that particular month instead of searching entire year data. In enter 2 years 3 years data, you can search only particular month. Okay, in Hadoop and other environments means that partitions will be based upon only for one day data, even not in month, only for one day data. They will make separate partitions in one day itself. Records will be around 3 million 4 million records will be there. Okay, they will maintain the separate partitions. Partition means nothing but just it is a separate folder that will be stored in the separate means a separate physical storage, we can say. Okay, see, range means here they are let's assume this example, the sales. I'm taking example as a sales data. Okay, I am doing the range partition based upon the month salary date I am doing. Okay, rest of the columns salesman ID, salesman name, salesman's amount, sales date. Okay, like that I am taken the columns and I am doing the partition, right? So I have to mention the keyword partition by, you have to specify which type of partition, whether it is a range or list or hash. Okay, that you have to specify, and here you have to mention the column name. Okay, and you are doing partitions on monthly basis, not the daily basis or not the yearly basis. That you have to specify how you are doing the partition. Okay, I have increased the font. Are you able to see, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, partition you have to mention on you have to mention the range. Value should be less than that particular month. See, yeah, I am taking the data for this date. Okay, 2000. If you want, you can give any date. Okay, but here you are considering the only this month data. Okay, this is the my key value. Okay, month I am doing. All January month's data should be stored in this partition. All February, okay, all February should be stored in this, means before February 1st, whatever data is there, that should be saved in the sales Jan partition. Before March 1st, whatever records are there, that will be saved in February. Okay, like that. I want to save the partitions. Okay, that you have to specify by using the values less than. This is completely syntax. You have to use same way. Just you need to take care of this partition names and that which data you want. Okay, that particular months you have to specify, and while inserting the data also you need to take care of which if you are giving the value this one. Okay, you are not considering these partitions and all, you simply you can insert the data. Okay, this is the table values. You can give the sales data, sales by system itself by default. It will do the which partition I need to insert, that system will take care. Okay, I am passing the January month data. Okay, so the value is less than February 1st. So this data will be go and sit in the this partition. Okay, like that, system will automatically it will insert into particular partitions. Okay, here this is this all are February 11, February 1st, right? So everything this all three records will go and sit in the this January month partition. Okay, for February 1, same way it is less than 3, that's why it will go and search. Okay, normally how it will search, it won't search randomly. It will start from first partition to last partitions, like that it will search and record will insert, and will get sometime one error. Okay, here we are not created any partition separately for the after May 1st. Okay, till May 1st we can able to insert for this one. If we are not specifying any partitions for the particular dates, data cannot be inserted. That value should be under this one only, under this range. Okay, let's see, we'll create the one table. How it will be, I guess. This won't allow. This is trial version Oracle. Yeah, partitions. Yeah, here it won't work actually. One second. Somewhere I missed the bracket. See, feature not enabled partitioning. Okay, actually this is trial versions. It is not allowing to create. See, to if you want to build the partitions and all means you have to you should have some separate licenses. Even for constraints, materialized views, you should have separate license. We are using trial version. That's why it is not allowing to create these things. Okay. Anybody having that Oracle live account, live SQL account, Oracle account? Hmm? Let's create. Yeah. Let's create this table. Yeah, table is created. Okay. With this one, we can create the table. Are you able to see? Or need to increase the font? Okay. This is the range table creation. How we can insert the data. Normal insertion. How you will do normal insertions and all. You can do same way. Okay. This partition names, everything you have to mention. How many number of partitions you want, that many number of partitions you can create. Okay. If you want to add more things, this you can do alter. Okay, that option we have. Okay. First you can create with the default one or two. After that, if you want add more and more means you can add n number of. Okay. Let's query this one. Execute this one. Data is row is inserted. Okay. Same way, based upon this date only, automatically it will system will go and check the which partition it needs to insert. Okay, that check will be there. Okay, same way you can insert for these two also. Okay, row is inserted. Next, for this one, after May 1st, I have not created any partitions. Okay, I will try to insert the record into partition table. See, inserted partition key does not map any partition, so it won't allow to insert the record. So what you have to do, you have to do alter. Okay, alter table. This is syntax will be same. Okay, alter table name, add partition. Partition. Okay, next we have to specify the partition name. what? This is May. Okay, May 2002. Value this condition also you have to specify. Otherwise, it will give error. Okay, you have to specify the keyword values less than whatever is there, that you have to specify what values you want to give. Okay, that you need to take care all the times. Okay, then you can do what table is altered. Now go and check the and insert the record. It will allow. Okay, data will be inserted. Okay, if you want to do updation, just you have to take care of that particular this partition, where partition equal to this one you have to use in externally. If you want to query the data, how you can query, you have to specify which partition you are selecting. Okay, by using partition keyword you can select the data. Okay, from which partitions you want, that you need to specify. Okay, if you want select entire data, directly you can select this one. Okay, data can be show. Okay, if you want specific partitions data, just here how many records were inserted in April partition? Only one, right? This is the record we inserted. Okay, 21st, which is less than May 1st. Only that record will be there in the specifically in the this partition. Okay, see, only for one record will be there. If you want first January partition, means you have to specify that January partition data. Okay, you will get three records. See how many records we inserted January month. 1, 2, 3. Just changing the syntax, nothing we are doing. Okay, simply earlier it is not there for specific partitions. Now we are adding the keyword called partition. Rest of the things will be same how we are using for the normal table. Okay, next if you want to drop the partition, means simply we have to mention the drop partition. Okay, we'll drop the March partition. Okay, data will be removed from this one. What drop will do, it will remove from the database. Okay, this is what range partition. Next, list partition. Name itself indicates the list. What is list? Hmm? We have to specify country names, state names. I mentioned, right? We have to specify that in the list that partition column. Okay, how you are doing same way you can create the table. Along with that you have to mention the by the which partition. Okay, partition by it is list, so you have to mention the list and partitioned column that you have to specify. Okay, and number of partitions. Okay, what values you have to give. Okay, you have to specify partition keyword and partition name, the values, whatever values you want to allow. Okay, that you can specify in the values. Okay, if you want to create bank application data separately, so for each country you want to create separate partition, so what you can do, India, here you can allow IN. Okay, if USA, you can use US. Okay, like that you can give the values, what all you are mentioning in the values class, only that values will take and will insert into particular partition. That's what the list partition. Okay, same data we can take and we'll create this one. Okay, same how we have created normal table, we'll take everything same, and you have to specify the which column you are doing the partition and type of the partition and which column you are doing. See, now I am doing the sales, I am doing the partition based upon the state. Okay, and which states it go to separate partition. West side partition, west side data means in US, California and Hawaii. Okay, these two are Hawaii, these two are in west side, so I want these two states information separately. Okay, this is west partition. Okay, like that I am creating the separate each and every partition. Okay, let's see. Here we can give one more default value. Okay, if the your inserted value is not in the list, that will go, and if you created a separate partition for that sales others, like that, if you are not entering these states, it will go and sit in the this sales other state. Okay, if you are giving any name, okay, Mexico or anything, any other states, any other country names, everything, that will consider as a separate partition. Okay, that is the list partition. Let's create this one also. Okay, table is created. Okay, if you want to go and check the description, how it will be. Description, describe the table. You can see the partitions also. Here it may not come, but that will be stored. This is partition, that's why it not able to describe that one. If you have partitions and all, if you want, you can go and check in the dictionary. DBA here won't work. User tables, right? Where table underscore name, like what is our table name? Sales list. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Table is saved. Okay. It is valid. Here somewhere it will be partitioned. Where it is there? Yeah, partitioned. Yes. For normal tables, it will be no. Okay. The if you want to see the partitions and all means, you have to use one more dictionary. Okay. Tab underscore partitions, I guess. Yeah. Now you can see the partitions. Here you are having the best partition. Okay, that values will be, what is the values, highest values. Here column will be highest value. Allowed values will be California, Hawaii. This everything structure will be there in the data dictionary. Based upon these values, data will be inserted into specific partitions. Okay, you can see for the this values, this partition also, range partition also. Okay. If you don't know table structure, because with the describe you cannot able to see, right? So what you have to do, you have to go and check the dictionary, data dictionary, for the particular table, how many partitions are there, allowed values is what, okay, not allowed values is what, like that you have to decide and give the insertion. Okay, partitions are there. Okay, this is list partition and range partition. Insertion also same. How you are doing for normal table, same way you can insert the data. Based upon the values, data will be automatically inserted into table. Okay. Here partition column will be state. So based upon the state, Hawaii will be inserted into sales west. Florida will be inserted into sales east. uh, what is this one? Colorado is not there in the list, so that will be data will be inserted into sales others. Okay, if you want to check that particular partition, select star from the table partition. You can specify you can which partition you want, sales others. Okay, you will get the only that particular. See now this time what will happen, this won't consider these partitions, system won't search, only it will check for the sales others. Okay, if you want check sales central, because this storage is this will sit in different place, this will sit in different place, this will sit in different place. All partitions will be combined only in the table definitions, but address everything will be separate blocks, separate partition. Okay, if you want central you can specify central only, so that you will get the data. It's a actually it's a completely performance perspective, partition tables and all will create. Okay, mainly used for huge data, wherever we are having in that place we'll use this one. We should have separate license for that, that also need to take care. Okay, next, if you want to rename the partition means just you have to specify partition. Earlier, for how you are renaming the column, alter table name, rename original column to new column name, right? If you want to rename the specific partition name is just you have to specify the partition also. Okay, that will work. Yes, table is altered. Now you can go and check the data dictionary, that will be changed. Okay, where I can read that one. User partitions, yeah, yeah. In the right list. LST, right? What is table name? LIST. Yeah, go and check the table partition here. The partition name got changed. Earlier West is there, now WST. Okay, this and all very rarely will use partitions and all real time. Okay, or if you are using bigger applications, only in that place only will use this one. Okay, next, what is another partition? Hash partition. Hash partition means we are not giving any partition names and all. Okay, syntax will be like this. Okay, based upon the some system will create the partitions. Let's assume we are inserting the 1 million records. I need to do partition not with the based on column. Okay, not with the based on some I what we can say. Let's assume our partition column would be there is no values, means this is more actually, that cardinality is more. Cardinality means number of distinct values is more. I want to do partition based upon the account number in the my accounts table, so I cannot do that one, right? I cannot create partition for each account id range. I cannot create for each account id. I cannot create separate partition. Partition itself you can create for the huge amount of data, so you have to specify. You should have some duplicates and all. So now that time what it will do, I want to create the partition based upon the account number or some ids per unique key values. Okay, what you can do, you can create the hash partition. That system will take care, just you have to specify how many number of partitions you want, that you can specify in the partitions class, and which column. Okay, here salesman id, as of now I did, this is duplicate data. Okay, I want to store 1 month data, so I have created the range. I have created partition based upon the state, country. So what I did, that I have created based upon the location. Okay, for column is state. Okay, which state? Sales state. But now I want to create the partition based upon the IDs. Means here IDs will have more unique numbers. So we cannot specify the IDs and all. Just you need to take care of how many number of partitions you want, that it will create, and you can do the operations. Okay, let's create the hash partitions. Oh, yeah, table is created. Okay, just you have to specify and which column you have to do hashing. Hash means what we can say this one. Hash means some value based up. This system will calculate the hash number and all. Okay, in hive side means based upon the your part values. Okay, that number of file names, the file values is there. Okay, based on that value will be divided by some number of partitions. Okay, like that it will be value will be there. Okay, in oracle everything will maintained by oracle, but in a hive and spark side means we can easily come to know what will be the hash value. Okay, there will be some input we will be given. Okay, number of partitions by 4, like that we have to, some calculation will be there. That calculated value will be treat as a partition name. Okay, table is created. Next insertion will be same. How you want you can insert, normal insertion only you can do. Okay, this system will take care this, how it will divide. Okay, yeah, code testing not properly. Okay, yeah, it's copied with colon. Okay, but you don't know which partition data is saved. Your 21, 30, 32, 10 is there, right? So you don't know the data is which partition we are having. This records in which partition you don't know. So how you can come to know? You have to query the first dictionary. From the dictionary, you can fetch the records. Okay, let's see how we can do. I can fetch the particular partition data. Yeah. Okay, our table is sales hash. See, there are 4 partitions. Why? Because we have specified that one. But partition name system is generated. We are not given any value. Okay, that sequentially based upon this our input, number of partitions can be created. That name will be decided by Oracle only. That started with sys underscore. If you want particular partition data, you can use this one. Rarely will use this hash partition and all. Okay, no need to worry. If you are not aware, not understood, rarely will use this one. Just you can mention the this particular partition. Okay, if you have any in this, so in system is not inserted in this partition. Okay, let's query from other partition. Yeah, in this partition, 2 records got inserted. We are not controlling this one. System itself doing this one. Okay, that control is not in our hands. Okay, here 1 record is inserted. So fourth partition, I guess no record will be there since we are inserted only 1 record, 3 records. In second and secondary partition, 2 rows inserted. For third partition, 1 row is inserted. So in last partition and first partition there is no data. Okay, it's randomly data will be inserted. Based upon this ID, that value will be divided. Okay, let's 21 by 4, right? How much value will return? 4, 1. Okay, remainder is 1. I guess it start with 2, I guess. Okay, 2 means how much we'll get? 22 by 4, 2. Okay, that's why this record got inserted in second record. The insertion will also just number of this value ID, right? ID by that number of partitions, and what value will get as a reminder, that value will insert in that specific partition. Okay, either first partition or second partition, that will decide by this one only. Okay, in Hive means in that way only record will insert. Okay, 21 by 4, right? So 1 is remainder. This record will go and sit in first partition. Here 32 by 4, 0. Okay. Okay, here 1 right remainder. So it will go and fetch sit in second partition. Here you will get 0 remainder. So it will go and fetch sit in first partition. Okay, like that data will be inserted. In Hive side, I guess here also same. 8, right? 0 partition. Normally it should insert in first partition, but it is inserted in third partition. Oracle is behaving different way, but Hive is like that. Okay. Just ignore how it will sit. Just simply it is based upon the hash value, data will be inserted. Understood? What is partition? How many number of partitions? How we can do? See, this is completely syntax. Okay, create table syntax. Understood? Nothing is there. Just concept is you are specifying the partition name based upon the column. System will take care which partition we need to insert. That will system itself will take care. We need to just if you want to query, you have to specify the particular partition name. Okay. Internally, one more thing. Internally, for each partition, again index will be created. Okay, that will be there. If you are having the primary key or unique key on this particular columns, means again you can create the index for each partitions. Okay, let's assume SBI Bank, right? But in India, in AP, you can create sub partitions also inside inside party inside each partition. Again, we can create the sub partitions. Okay, just how we are creating the folders and all, in same way partitions will work. Are you understood this partition concept?
Yes, sir. Instead of partition, we may use to group by class.
No, that group by is different. Okay, if you want to make a group, that is while selecting the data you are using the group by. Okay, physically it is not storing separately. Data is not stored separately. You are grouping and you are doing some aggregation operator. That is different. Physically how it stores, randomly it will store. Okay, how normal table storage is that is in different blocks, different row IDs. Wherever we are having space in that particular data blocks, data will be saved. Okay, but in case of partition, data will be saved in specific partition. Okay, I will show you one example. I will take my screen is in share mode only, right? See, let's assume this is the memory. Let's assume, just for example, I'm telling under data this is under memory. This is permanent storage. You can say hard disk or permanent storage. This is permanent storage. in this one, this memory is allocated for Oracle. Okay, other block, some other space is allocated for some other application. Okay, some Java, some Android like that. The memory will be allocated in. Okay, let's assume this is for Oracle. Okay, this is total hard disk memory. Okay, hard disk means our normal hard disk system, whatever is there, that one. This much memory allocated for Oracle. Okay, under that Oracle, again, the memory will be in the form of blocks. Okay, this is the, we can say, data blocks. Okay, like that, data blocks will be there. Under data blocks, you can have, actually under the Oracle, you will have some table spaces. This is for tables. Okay, this is for views, or this is for some PL SQL execution, like that. Memory will be allocated. Okay, there will be one concept called table space, that and all will be taken care by DBA. No need to worry that much. Let's assume this is for views, this is for some materialized views, like that memory will be allocated. Okay, whatever memory allocated for tables, that will be table space. Okay, let's assume, just I am telling, not exactly 100%, just for your understanding purpose I am telling. Okay, this is Oracle, this is total entire hard disk, and this is for table space. Okay, under table space, again some data blocks will be there. Okay, these are all data blocks. If you are storing any data will be stored. If you are having space in here, maybe let's assume I have full complete memory. Okay, after that, what I will do, I will delete the data from one table. Here one table is there, here one table is there, here one table is there, like that we are having. So I deleted the records, so these spaces already partitioned. Now we cannot, if you want, again I want to store one more table data. So how data will be stored? Here free space is there, right? Here it will go and sit in here, and one more row will go and sit here, and one more row will go and sit here. Like that data will be stored. That is called memory management. This is actually not completely on in Oracle. For every database, for every application, memory will be allocated in that manner only. Okay, so your in a normal table, what will happen, data can be stored separate, any data block. Okay, it will store. But in case of partition table, what will happen, even though you are having separate data blocks, separate free space, it will mount it will be mount to the one particular block. Okay, this will consider as a, these two data blocks will be mount in single block. Okay, means that will create as a one partition. Okay, when if you are using the partitions, means this separate memory will be allocated for that partition. Maybe for your sales information, for January, it will this partition will be created here. For February, partition can be created here. For March, like that it can be created, or it can be created in same block also. But system will mount to this separate specific mounting point. Mounting point means that separate block. Okay, like that data will be stored inside the Oracle. But group by and all, that is different. Wherever we are having the data, that it will fetch into memory. Okay, here it will do the operations, it will group the particular columns, and it will do the aggregations and all. But partition is different. Internally storage itself, it will be mount in one single point, that will consider as a one partition. Do you have any doubts in this one? Anybody? Because we cannot compare like that. That is physically storage is different. Okay, partition means that is function where it will work. That computations everything will work in buffer memory, not in the physical memory. Physical memory means what? Only storage, original storage only. Okay, whatever you are doing, any transformations, group by having everything will done in only buffer memory, not in the physical memory. Physical memory only for the storage. Okay, partitions will deal with only permanent storage. If you want fetch particular partition, that time only it won't search entire partition, entire data. Okay, entire database it won't search. Where the our partition is stored, where that mounting point is there, directly system will go and fetch from that particular mounting point. Only these data blocks will get fetch to the buffer memory. Okay, if you are selecting the partition, that's what the scenario. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubts, we'll discuss. Otherwise, we'll move to other topic. Anybody have any doubts? I am assuming there is no doubts. Okay. Next, next topic will be clustering. Okay. Clustering. Clustering means we,
Collection, collection and
no, cluster means normal. That is cluster. Okay, cluster. That cluster is different. Group of system we can say cluster, but in Oracle that is different. Okay. See, in last whatever I have covered, everything comes under performance only. From metrology view onwards, whatever I am doing, everything is performance wise only. It's a Oracle provided. Okay, metrology view used for what? Performance only, right? Next, next topic is what? Correlated subquery. Performance, performance only, right? Instead of normal subquery, why we use the correlated subquery? To get the to get the better performance, right? Next, next topic is logs. Logs is different. Index, again, this is for improving the performance, query performance. Next, material view also already I discussed, right? Material view also performance only. Next, nested table is different, that is storage. Next topic is partitions. This is also for performance. Instead of querying complete data, you can specifically can specify the particular partition. Okay. Next, this is also one of the database object Oracle provided for the improve the performance. Okay. Cluster can contain group of tables information. Okay, let's assume employee table having 1 million records, department table having around 500 departments we are having. Okay, if you want to join both the tables, how many times will get repeat? How many records will come into picture? 1000 into 5. In that, whatever is matching, okay, that records only will pick. Okay, what task join will do? What cross join will do? It will, no matter what join you are doing, it will pick the first records from the first. It will pick the records, all the records from the first table, and all the records from the second table. It will multiply how many number of records will get, that number of records will display. That is what cross join will do. Okay, even if you are doing inner join, left out join, right out join, whatever it may be, system will pick from cross join and it will match the values, okay, based upon your key. Till that time, whole records will into come into the execution, that we can say shuffling normally. Okay, but that ignore that word shuffling and all, but internally that will happen. First it will shuffle the first table record, next it will shuffle the second table record. So without considering the key, it will match the records. Not match, it will combine the records. Okay, combining means here I am having 14, here I am having 4. So 50 records will come into the picture. Now system will check the inner join. Inner join means what? Based upon the key, whatever common values are there, only that values will pick up from the 56 records. How many records will get like that? You will get only 14 records. Department is having for three existent departments in the department table, and there are 14 department numbers are there. So equivalently it will fetch and only fetch the 14 records. Rest will not consider. Okay, like that it will do. Okay, let's assume here we are having only 56 records, that's why we are getting very fast. But in real time, let's assume employee table is having millions of records, departments is having around 1000 departments. So how many number of records will come into the shuffling part, means query part? It will become, number will become more, right? Okay, let's 1 million into 1000. So 1000 millions 1000 million number of records will come into the picture. Okay, normally. So what for querying purpose, everything, even for joining itself, system will take more time. Of course, it will be fraction of seconds only for comparing the each record, but that fractions itself will make more time, right, for querying and all. I don't want to wait till the system executes. I should get everything very fast. Customer cannot wait till that everything needs to check. So what Oracle did for joining and all, Oracle provided one separate concept, clustering. First, what it will do, it will join the that common column and that column while inserting the table itself. You have to maintain that separately. That join columns, what will be the join column? Okay, that join column should be created separately. Okay, along with the your table data. So when you are querying the data, what it will do, directly system won't check in the entire table, it will check in the only cluster table. Okay, let's create one cluster. After that I will explain so that you can understand that one. Okay, for that first what I have to do, first you can create the cluster, next you can create the index on the cluster. On top of that you can create the original cluster tables. Okay, let's see how we can create, and this theory I will explain. Okay, once we created the cluster, okay, that syntax will be create cluster, that table name you can give. Okay, which table you are creating the cluster, okay, on which column you have to specify. If you want to query more, if you want to create the join on more number of columns, okay, that you can specify a number of columns, department number along with the department id. If we are, let's assume that type of department, okay, like that you can specify a number of columns also you can specify, okay, in the cluster definition. On top of that you can create one index on the cluster. Okay, this is the cluster embdpt. For that you can create the one index for that. So normally what index will do, it will improve the performance, right? You can create unique index or non-unique index, whatever it means. Normally we'll use the unique index only. Cluster will allow only unique use only. Okay, after that you can create the table along with the cluster. Okay, that definition, what system will do, this cluster part whatever is there, that will maintain the separate table. What index will do internally, index will create in a separate table, and ids and offset values, means that row ids will store separately, right? Internally will maintain the separate table, that is. Okay, same way cluster also will maintain the separate table. Okay, you can create the for department, because for these two tables you are joining, right? These two tables only you are joining, so that you have to specify for both the you can refer the same cluster for this one. So whenever you are doing the join for these two tables, system won't check the employee one EMP1 table, DPT1 table. Directly it will go and check in the cluster table. Okay, let's create one cluster. I guess this one also system won't allow to create the clusters and all. Let's try to create. Yeah, it's allowing. Okay. Next, what you have to do, you have to create the index on cluster. How we can do externally, right? We need to create the index externally. Create index name on the object. On object is what you have to specify. On table means directly table of column you can specify. But you are creating the cluster on cluster, right? So you have to specify the cluster keyword and which cluster you want to create the index. Okay, that you can create. Next, after that you can create the table, whatever columns you want that you can specify in the table definition, and you have to specify the which cluster you want. Okay, that cluster of that particular column. Okay, you can create the cluster columns. EMP DPT already I am having, that's why I am creating as EMP1 DPT1. Okay, let's create. They have already existed, so I will drop the table. Same way DPT1 also I will do. Does not exist. Okay, let's create both the tables. This and all very rarely will use. Only performance issue. If the application is very big, then only these things will use. Normally will use, even constraints also rarely will use. Will use indexes only maximum, because indexes will be free. Okay, but constraints, partitions, clusters, everything is additional charges for the customer. So based upon the application size, they will use these features. But we interviewer definitely will ask, even though he don't know, because he also won't work mostly. Okay, I have created the both the tables. Let's insert the records. Insert into P1 values. Okay, EMP number some 1 2 3 can give. Okay, some okay. Just for easy purpose I am typing. Okay, next RB I can use some 100 and some department number I will give 10. Okay, what it will do, it will insert the record into EMP1. At the same time, that 10 value will be inserted into this cluster. Okay, you are getting my point or not? Again, we are inserting some other value, some BB. 10 is already there, so what it will do, it won't consider. 10 is already there, it won't go to this one. Next, whenever you are inserting the another distinct value, okay, let's assume you are inserting the values for 20th department. Okay, now this value will be saved in automatically. This record will be inserted into this cluster. Okay, cluster also it is a one storage object, but it will maintain separately. Okay, now you can you are having the two records. Okay, let's assume one more record in this one. Next, 124 So okay, one more department will enter. Okay, 30. So here it will check. Okay, this is the value I am having. Next, I will insert the record for DPT. What is that? 10th department, right? 10th department. Some columns are DNAME. DNAME means accounting. Next is location, some Bangalore. Okay, yeah. These are the values. Okay, let's assume here 20 is there. Sorry guys, I told mistake by mistake. Okay, finance, some inventory. Okay, actually what it will do, all the department IDs will go and sit in a cluster, not the unique values. All the values will go and sit. Okay, so again second table will insert, right? So three records got inserted. Internally, how it will store? Let me take one a paint only. I will explain. Okay, how cluster will store the join columns? Read. See here, it will consider the cluster. Okay, this is the first ID first table, because I am referring in two places, right? EMP DPT. This is the cluster. I am referring in EMP table and DPT name or D table. So for each table, it will create a separate column. Okay, this is for EMP1 table. Okay, EMP1, and this is for DPT1, and this is the value. This is internal mechanism, not the physical. Okay, so what it will do, that first record it will go and insert this one. Okay, next how many records it will insert? 10. Okay, I guess three records inserted, right? No, only two. Okay, 20 and 30. 20 and 30. Okay, like that data will be inserted. If the records are inserting into EMP1 table, automatically this is cluster, not the original table. Okay, in cluster, the value whatever is there, that value will be inserted into EMP1 column. Again, for DPT you are inserting, right? You are inserting 10, 20, 30. So wherever insert, what system will do, it will go and check the what are all the values for the EMP1. So in all the places, automatically the value will be assigned once we got the 10th department. Next, 28th department we got. Okay, so what it will do, it will match the 20th department details. Next, 30th departments. So 30th department, it will go and insert the records. Next, let's assume it is inserted 40th department also. Okay, 40 some account receivables department. Okay, what it will do, again it will go and check the 40th department is not there, that's where it is rated separately. Okay, now whenever you are querying the data from the both the table, it will store like that. How indexes will maintain the separate table now, same way cluster will maintain the index for the each value. For EMP table, yeah, whenever we are inserting the data into EMP1, automatically in cluster also data will get insert. And same way DPT, whenever you are inserting the department, it will match the values. Either it can be first, let's assume here first department you are entering the values means, first it will insert the 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, after that you are inserting the EMP1 values. So how many number of values you will insert, that many number of times automatically it will repeat. Okay, if the order is different. Okay, like that it will match internally while inserting the data itself. Okay, that's what the cluster internally will maintain the separate table whenever you are querying the data. Okay, How you will query? How you will join the tables? EMPE, EMP1, right? EMP1, E1, DPT1, D1. Okay. Let's assume inner join. So you have to specify the key, right? Key is what? On column. E1 dot DPT number, right? Our column is DPT number equal to D1 dot DPT number. Okay. We will select the E1 dot star. We will select all the columns. Same way D1 dot star. Okay. Whenever you are querying the data, normally earlier how it happened, it will go and fetch and it will shuffle. Means here we are having how many records in the EMP table? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 4 records are there. DPD is how many records? 4 records. 4 into 4, 16 records will be there. From that it will join. Okay, join with the department. Wherever we are matching, that records will get. This means 4 records will fetch. Earlier that's what happening. But if you are creating the cluster, means what will happen? It won't shuffle anything. Directly it will go and fetch from the cluster table. Okay, that too also you are having already what? Index. So what will do? It is not the unique index. It will be normal index will be created. So your searching mechanism will be very fast. So it will go and fetch. When index will fire, when you are using the where class, right? So that you can, if you are on top of that, if you want to specify any department detail, separate department means that time it will index will fire. Till that time it will go and fetch entire cluster table data. Okay, here matching records is what? Okay, from 30 30 20 20 this 10. Okay, 2 records will get. Only these values will fetch, and also apart from that this IDs, it will have separately that offset values, means row IDs will be having, and directly it will fetch from the cluster table. Okay, cluster table data we cannot see, that will be maintained by internally. Okay, you are getting my point or not? How cluster will work? Instead of shuffling and everything, system will directly fetch from the this cluster table. Okay, so that our query will be give more fast manner. Okay, you can come to know the difference when you are having the huge data clusters and all. Okay, this is the clustering in the Oracle. You understood or not?
Yes, sir.
I should get from everybody. Hmm? Why cluster will use? Okay, internally everything will be maintained separate table. That is we cannot see, but Oracle will maintain that one. Okay. Next, if you want to drop the cluster, how you can drop? First, you have to drop the main table. After that, you have to drop the clusters. Okay. If you are directly dropping the cluster, means there will be dependent, right? Already some tables are created on top of clusters. So you cannot drop the cluster directly. First, you have to drop the main table. After that, you can drop the table cluster. If you want drop the cluster, you have to specify the including tables, so that your tables also will get dropped. Okay, let's see that also. You cannot drop the cluster because cluster is not empty. On top of this cluster there are two tables are there, right? Let's assume how what are the tables we have on top of this cluster. Select star from dba underscore clusters where cluster underscore name, like what what is empdbt, right? You have to specify in caps all object names. Okay, now check from keyword. Yeah, you have to use from keyword. Okay, you are having the sysadmin. Actually current user is sys. Okay, so in sys user we are having one cluster with name dbt empdbt. Underlying tables will store in separate table, I guess, not in this one. dba cluster tables, I guess. That is, you can google it, you can come to know that dictionary name. Okay, in that definitions will be saved. Okay, you cannot drop the cluster directly, you have to specify the, you have to drop the table, then only you can able to drop the cluster. If you want to drop along with the tables, okay, then you can include the tables also. Okay, including tables you have to specify. So now go and, yeah, table, cluster is dropped. Now go and check the tables emp1 and dpt1. Table will not exist since already dropped. Okay, emp1 dpt1. Okay, are you clear? Clear or not? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. I guess SQL I have completed all the things. There are few topics with the DBA. Okay, this DCL commands completely DBA will work, but developer should have the knowledge. Okay, DCL commands means grant and revoke. Day before yesterday, I guess for creating the logs and all, I have created the users. Okay, creating the users, roles, responsibilities. Everything will be defined by the DBA. Okay, that we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, that will be DBA concept only. Some other DBA concepts are there. I guess I don't think so. You are able to understand or not. If you have any some development knowledge, you can come to know this. What is DBA concepts inside that one. That concept we'll discuss. Next, we'll discuss Oracle database architecture required around 2.5 hours. Okay, one Saturday or Sunday we'll sit and we'll complete this one in one day. I cannot split that topic in 2 days. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss completely 2 hours. 2 hours required to complete this topic. Okay. DCL commands. Tomorrow it will get finished. Maybe we'll cover advanced features. One, I covered almost all the cases, real-time functions, whatever we are using. Advanced features in that. Only one is left, merge and list tag, I guess. Right? List tag and merge commands. In very starting, I have mentioned that what is merge, what is list tag and all. Yeah, for update DML operations, I have mentioned the command that one. Okay, somewhere I have mentioned that we'll discuss in tomorrow class after completing this one. Okay, tomorrow mostly SQL will get complete. One class will be there, Oracle database architecture, that we'll discuss on Friday. Sorry, Saturday. Okay, Saturday or Sunday. As of now, only one class completed, right? Unix. This week will be one Unix class and this database structure, database architecture. Okay. Please attend all the both the classes. Don't miss anything. Okay. Day after tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Thursday will Thursday and Friday will discuss PLCQL only. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss these things. Okay, guys. Today's class understood or not?
Yes, sir.
I should get from everybody all the times. Pushpa only speaking.